There's a certain kind of woman who feels everything, but says almost nothing. A woman whose silence is louder than most people's confessions. A woman who will never look you in the eyes and whisper, "I love you." But her actions slip, her patterns glitch, and the truth leaks out in ways she can't hide. And if you're not paying attention, you'll miss the signs that she's falling for you deeper than she ever planned. Signs she would never admit out loud, not even to herself. Because some women don't say, "I love you." They show it in the way their voice softens, in the way their guard cracks for just a second, in the way they let you see the version of them no one else gets. And you felt it, haven't you? That quiet pull, that subtle shift in the air when she's near. You sense something unspoken, something warm, something real. But because she never says it, you keep wondering if you're imagining things. You're not. But before I reveal the signs, let me say this. Welcome to Be Feminine, where we dive into the deep, unfiltered psychology behind attraction, connection, and the emotional worlds people rarely talk about. If you're new here, subscribe, not just to join the channel, but to understand the language of emotions most men never learn to read. Now, let's go back to her. To that woman who keeps her love quiet, controlled, tucked between her ribs like a secret she's terrified to let slip. She's not emotionally cold. She's emotionally careful. Because somewhere in her past, she learned that loving too openly comes with a price she's not willing to pay again. So she hides her feelings in the shadows, giving you only pieces, hoping you'll see the whole picture without her having to say a word. And here's where it gets interesting. When a woman tries to suppress her feelings, her body betrays her long before her words do. You'll notice the way her eyes linger on you just a little too long, the way her shoulders relax the moment you walk into the room, the way she laughs at things you didn't even realize were funny, not because the joke was good, but because you were the one who said it. There's a softness in her, a warmth she can't fully hide, and it slips through the cracks when she least expects it. She'll act normal, but she'll remember things you didn't even notice you said. She'll pretend she's fine, but her tone changes when she talks to you. She'll say she's busy, but somehow she still makes time. That's the thing about a woman who's trying not to fall. She'll fight her feelings with logic, but her emotions will keep pulling her right back to you. And sometimes, the loudest "I love you" is the one she refuses to say out loud. Maybe you've wondered why she avoids confessing. Is she scared? Is she unsure? Is she testing you? Not exactly. It's deeper, more psychological, more human. A woman who hides her feelings usually does it because she doesn't want to risk loving someone who doesn't love her back with the same intensity, or someone who isn't ready for the kind of vulnerability she carries inside her. So she watches you, quietly, carefully, studying your reactions, your consistency, your energy, your intentions. She gives you hints instead of words, actions instead of declarations, moments instead of confessions. Because in her mind, if she lets the words "I love you" escape, she can't take them back. And losing control of her emotions, that's her greatest fear. But if you know what signs to look for, you'll see the truth she's trying so hard to hide. You start noticing it in the moment she thinks you're not paying attention. Like how she listens to you, not casually, not politely, but with that intense, almost involuntary focus. Her eyes soften, her breathing slows, and she forgets to guard her reactions. Most people hear words. She hears your emotions behind them. She notices the hesitation in your voice, the way your mood shifts, the smallest crack in your confidence. And without planning it, she responds with a gentleness she never uses with anyone else. She won't say, "I love you," but she'll check on you when you disappear for a while. She'll send a message that sounds casual but is loaded with concern. "Hey, you good?" Just 3 words, but they carry the weight of 1,000 feelings she refuses to speak. Women who hide their love tend to reveal it emotionally, not verbally. They become invested, quietly. You'll see the difference when you compare how she interacts with the world versus how she interacts with you. With others, she's composed. With you, she slips. She tries to look unaffected, but her voice gets softer, warmer. She pretends she's not jealous, but her eyes flicker in ways she can't control. She claims she's busy, but she makes space for you in her most chaotic days. And this is the first real sign. She gives you emotional access she doesn't give anyone else. It's subtle, but real love always is. There's another moment too. one she can't stop, even if she wants to. When you pull away a little, when you become slightly distant, she feels it. And she hates that she feels it. She'll try to act like it doesn't bother her, but you'll notice the shift. A tiny drop in her energy, a sudden quietness, a weird tension in her voice. Almost like she's afraid you're slipping away from her. Women who secretly love you don't panic loudly. They panic internally. They pretend everything is fine, but internally they're overthinking, overfeeling, overanalyzing. She'll replay every conversation in her mind. She'll wonder if she said something wrong. She'll wonder if you met someone else. She'll wonder if she let you in too much. And now you have the power to hurt her. But instead of texting you paragraphs or confessing her fear, she'll simply become quieter, hoping you'll notice, hoping you'll come to her without her having to ask, hoping you're the kind of man who understands emotions even when they're silent. Here's the darker side of it. Women who hide their feelings almost always come from emotional wounds. Past betrayals, broken trust, deep disappointments. Love, to them, feels like walking into a room with the lights off. You know something beautiful is there, but you have no idea where the walls are. You don't know what you might bump into. You don't know if it's safe. So she loves you in pieces, carefully measured, slowly released. But every once in a while, she'll slip up and reveal more than she intended. Like when she remembers the tiniest detail about your life, your favorite late-night snack, the name of your childhood pet, how you like your coffee, the story you told her once at 2 a.m. She stores these fragments like they matter, because to her, they do. And here's the second sign. She invests emotionally in your world, even when she pretends she isn't. Even if she acts neutral, even if her words are minimal, her attention gives her away. Attention is emotional currency, and she spends it on you without even noticing. Her silence isn't indifference, it's restraint. A quiet kind of love that's growing faster than she can control. But there are still 3 more signs, the ones that reveal her heart with undeniable clarity. Signs she couldn't hide even if she tried. There's a moment, one you may have already seen, where she looks at you differently. Not the polite smile she gives strangers, not the friendly expression she gives coworkers, but something deeper, softer, almost vulnerable. It's the look she gives when she's trying to memorize you, the way you talk, the way you move, the tiny quirks in your voice, as if she's afraid that one day you won't be in front of her anymore, and she wants to remember every detail while she can. This is the third sign. Her eyes reveal the emotions she refuses to put into words. You'll notice it when she thinks you're distracted, when you're talking and she quietly watches you, studying you, absorbing you. It's the kind of gaze people only give when they feel something they're scared to admit, because eyes don't lie, even when the mouth does. And when she looks away quickly the moment you catch her staring, that's her panic. Her heart jumping because she didn't mean to expose herself like that. Her love slipped out for a second, and she wasn't ready for you to see it. But there's an even deeper sign, one hidden in how she reacts to your emotions. When you're hurt, truly hurt, watch her closely. Most people offer sympathy, but she'll feel your pain like she's carrying part of it with you. She'll get quieter, more attentive, more protective. Not because she feels sorry for you, but because your emotional state affects her more than she wants it to. A woman who loves you secretly can't detach from your pain. She absorbs it. She carries it. She feels it. This leads to the fourth sign. She shows a protective softness that isn't logical, but emotional. She'll worry about you in ways she doesn't worry about anyone else. She'll defend you even when you're not there to hear it. She'll speak about you with a warmth that slips past her defenses. And sometimes, she'll get irritated with you, not because she's annoyed, but because she cares too much and hates that she can't control it. Love makes people react in strange ways, especially when they're trying to hide it. But the fifth sign, the final sign, is the one that exposes everything. It's the way she pulls you closer, then pushes you away, then pulls you back again. Not because she's playing games, not because she's unsure, not because she wants attention, it's because she's fighting herself and losing. Here's the darker psychological truth. When a woman loves you deeply but silently, she becomes inconsistent with her emotional walls. One day, she's warm, open, almost glowing around you. You feel her affection in the way she laughs, the way she teases, the way she stands just a little closer than necessary. The next day, She's distant, colder, hard to read. You didn't do anything wrong. She's not testing you. She's not losing interest. She's scared of how real this feels. Scared that you have the power to break the parts of her she spent years repairing. Scared that loving you out loud might cost her the safety she's built around her heart. But here's the twist. Her distance is never permanent. She always comes back. Because no matter how hard she tries to shut her feelings down, they always find their way back to you. That push-pull dynamic, that emotional tension she creates without meaning to, that's her love trying to escape from a heart that doesn't know how to stay hidden anymore. You'll notice she never truly lets you go. Even when she pulls back, she keeps a connection. A message, a check-in, a small gesture, just enough to keep you in her world. Because the truth is, she's already chosen you. Long before she'll ever say the words. And deep down, a part of you knew it. A part of you felt it. A part of you has been waiting for confirmation. Even if she never speaks her love out loud. But we're not done yet. There's a point in every silent love story where the truth becomes too heavy for her to carry alone. Not because she suddenly becomes brave, and not because she finds the perfect moment to confess, but because her heart starts leaking into the smallest, most unexpected corners of her behavior. A woman who loves you but fears admitting it develops a very specific emotional pattern. It's not random. It's not chaotic. It's not accidental. It's protective. She isn't just hiding her feelings from you. She's hiding them from herself, and that internal conflict, that battle between wanting you and fearing you, shows up in the way she suddenly tries to upgrade herself around you. Not for the world, not for attention, not for validation, for you. This is the unspoken sign men often overlook. She starts becoming the best version of herself whenever you enter her life. Not because you demanded it, but because she quietly wants to be worthy of the feelings she's developing. She'll try to improve her routines, her appearance, her emotional control, her discipline, her habits, almost like your presence flips a switch inside her, a whisper telling her, he deserves the best parts of you. But she'll never admit that you're the reason. She'll make it sound casual, like she just felt like changing things up. But if you look closely, those changes began right around the time her feelings for you did. And the more she tries to deny her emotions, the more her behavior betrays her. Watch how she reacts when you mention another woman, even casually. Her energy shifts. Her eyes darken for a moment. Her tone goes quieter, shorter, sharper. She'll pretend she doesn't care, but her body language tells the truth she's fighting to hide. Women who love silently show jealousy silently too. You won't hear it in her words. You'll feel it in the air between you. But the deeper psychology is even more intense. A woman who secretly loves you creates emotional open doors without realizing it. She lets you walk into parts of her world that she guards from everyone else. You'll notice she tells you things she normally keeps private. Her fears, her regrets, her childhood stories, her insecurities, her hopes, her failures. Not all at once, but in pieces. Soft, fragile pieces. No woman shares her emotional scars with a man she doesn't care about. Pain is personal. Pain is sacred. Sharing it is a form of intimacy stronger than saying, I love you. And here's where the dark psychology hits. When a woman opens up emotionally, she subconsciously ties her sense of safety to you. You become the person she checks her reactions against, her decisions against, her emotional balance against. She'll wonder what you would think, how you would respond, whether you would approve. Not because you asked her to, but because your presence matters more than she can admit. This leads to the most powerful sign in this part. She lets you influence her emotionally without resisting. Her mood shifts when you're upset. Her tone changes when you're distant. Her day brightens when you're warm with her. Your emotional state becomes a reflection she can't ignore. And that's not weakness. That's attachment. Deep psychological attachment born from feelings she's afraid to express. But here's the twist. Even with all these signs, she will continue to deny her love. Not because she doesn't feel it, but because she feels it too much. You represent both her desire and her danger, both her comfort and her fear, both her escape and her vulnerability. And that is why she loves silently. Because silence is the only place where her heart feels safe. There's a point in every silent love story where the truth becomes too heavy for her to carry alone. Not because she suddenly becomes brave, and not because she finds the perfect moment to confess, but because her heart starts leaking into the smallest, most unexpected corners of her behavior. There's a truth most men never realize about a woman who hides her love. She's not waiting for the right moment. She's waiting for the right safety. Love for her isn't a confession. It's a risk that demands proof before she dares to leap. And that brings us to the final, most revealing sign. The sign she can't suppress, can't disguise, and can't control. She lets you see the version of her that nobody else gets to meet. Not the polished version, not the confident one, not the charming, social, put-together persona she shows the world. No, she shows you the real her, the raw her, the unfiltered her. She'll let you see her with her guard down, when she's tired, when she's annoyed, when she's anxious, when she's quiet, when she's not pretending to be strong. Because real love doesn't show up as perfection, it shows up as honesty. And when she trusts you enough to be her imperfect self around you, that's the moment her heart has already chosen you. She may still pretend she's not looking for anything serious. She may still act like she's just going with the flow. She may still shrug off her own feelings like they're no big deal. But the truth leaks out in the way she lets her walls fall, the way she lets you into her inner world, the way she lets you affect her without resistance. This final sign is powerful because it's unconscious. She's not thinking, let me show him my vulnerable side. She's simply comfortable, instinctively, emotionally, deeply, and comfort is the quietest form of love. But here's where the psychology becomes even more intense. A woman who loves silently is constantly studying you, not to judge you, but to understand whether her heart is safe with you. She analyzes your reactions, your consistency, your emotional intelligence, your patience, your tone, your intentions. Not because she's suspicious, but because she's afraid to repeat the mistakes that left scars on her heart. Her silence isn't distance, it's protection. Her hesitation isn't disinterest, it's fear. Her quietness isn't coldness, it's vulnerability trying not to shatter. And you might think she's hard to read, but she's actually showing you more than she realizes. Every time she lets her guard drop, that's her saying, I trust you. Every time she lets you in, that's her saying, I feel safe. Every time she softens near you, that's her saying, I care, even if her lips will never speak the words. But here's what you must understand. A woman who loves silently isn't waiting for you to pry her feelings out of her. She's waiting for something far simpler. For you to create an emotional space where her love doesn't feel dangerous. When you offer stability, she offers softness. When you offer consistency, she offers vulnerability. When you offer emotional maturity, she offers love. Fully, openly, completely. The confession you want from her, the I love you, she refuses to say. It's not locked behind stubbornness. It's locked behind fear. And if you want her to open that lock, you must become the man whose presence feels safer than her silence. Only then, quietly, softly, unexpectedly, will she let the words slip out. Not in a dramatic moment, not under pressure. Not because she planned it, but because she can finally breathe near you. And when that happens, you'll realize she never loved you suddenly. She loved you slowly. In every glance, every hesitation, every soft smile, every small act of care, every moment she showed up when she didn't have to. She loved you in silence long before she learned how to love you out loud. If this video made you look at someone in your life a little differently, you're not alone. Silent love is real, and it's one of the most powerful forms of connection. If you want more deep emotional psychology, more dark inner truths, and more insights that help you understand the hidden world of love and attraction, subscribe to Be Feminine. Because here, we don't just talk about relationships. We talk about the emotions people try to hide and the truths they're afraid to say out loud. I'll see you in the next video.